It is finally planting day. It's been a long time, a lot of rain. Even this morning I woke up and it was just, everything's pretty soaked this morning. But over the next couple of days, it's supposed to warm up to 70, 80 degrees, it's supposed to be sunny. I think we're gonna be all right. I really wanna get my plants in the garden because they're gonna be wet, whether they're sitting over there or sitting over here. Let me show you guys the plants that I'm gonna be putting in here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Over the last, I would say 2 weeks or so, all of these have been outside. Where they're sitting now, they get full sun. So everything there's a couple that aren't doing so well, like that guy there, and this one, I don't even know if it's gonna make it. I think a lot of that is due to the amount of rain we've had. So I've got those there. This thing is just full of peppers. Normally I'm a guy with a plan. I know where everything's going to be going, but right now I don't. I'm going to kind of pull all these peppers out, sort them from probably heat level, and kind of station them where I want them planted. So let me go ahead and get that figured out, and then I'll come back. What started out as a nasty rainy day has turned into quite a good one. But I've got everything kind of laid out where it's going to go. I tried to save my wife some room, and it didn't really happen that way, but she's okay with it. She told me I could have the garden this year. Next year I'll just have to extend it that way a little bit. But these two beds right here, I'm going to go ahead and call them my death beds. It's all reapers, primos, scorpions, ghost peppers, stuff like that is in these two. Over here you get into some of the Scotch bonnets and stuff like that, and then down there you're looking more at jalapenos and different ají varieties. I'm not going to show you guys me planting all of these, but I'll kind of highlight a couple and show you guys what I'm doing. All right, so I've got a few planted here, and then check out this Bujalokia I got. Look how big that thing is. It's growing that in the tent inside. Got the neighbor here doing some yard work, so it's kind of loud. Hopefully not too loud. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a time lapse real quick, kind of so you guys can see the process I'm going through back there. I'll go ahead and stop. There's a couple plants that I really want to show you, so I'll go ahead and stop, show you guys exactly what I'm doing, slow it down a little bit. Very time consuming, but a lot of fun. Break here, and I will show you this one here, which is a sepia serpent, and check that out, just in that little cup. Got a bunch of different pods on there, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna be pulling them off just because I want this plant to focus on growth and not fruiting right now. So as soon as I put it in there, I'm gonna go through and trim a whole bunch of stuff up. For now, that's pretty cool that that was coming out of that little cup. And then for people wondering how I transplant from a double cup, so these roots were just all kind of balled up. You just kind of go through and comb them out, just like that. You can just kind of squeeze the cup, and then those roots will, for the most part, those roots come out pretty well. So that's how I transplant those, and then I'll go over the garbage and break this up quite a bit. The other one I wanted to show you is my Black Panther. This thing is going to be a beast. I planted this the same time as I planted everything else, and it has just exploded. Like, it can't even stand up in its bucket anymore. So I'm probably going to pull off a bunch of these leaves down here, plant it a little bit deeper than it's planted right now. That hopefully that gives it a little bit more stability. This has a couple peppers as well. I'm gonna be pulling them off. Even though this thing is big, I still want it to get bigger quickly, as quickly as possible. So figured I'd stop and show you guys that real quick. I'm gonna get back to it. All right, so here's that same sepia serpent that I just showed you guys. And I'm just gonna kind of show you how I've been transplanting these. So I just took it out of the cup, you guys saw that. And then I went and broke these roots up just a little bit, loosened them up. I already dug my hole. I'm not putting anything special in the hole. I'm just putting it in, covering it up. If it needs nutrients, I'll give them later. I'm not too worried about it right now. So I'll set it right about where it needs to be. Fill that in a little bit. Okay, so that is in there, making sure I'm not blocking any leaves or anything. And if I do, I'll just pluck them off. Okay, so that's looking good. And what else I'm doing is kind of taking a little bit of extra dirt and packing it in right here. So that way I have a nice sturdy place to put the tag. So pack that in really nice. Make it nice and difficult to get this thing in there. Okay, so now I got my tag here. Got that planted. Move on to some of this other stuff. Okay, so with plants like this, they're the really tall, kind of lanky ones that I probably should have topped in the first place. But we had leaves coming out all the way down here, right? Well, I want to give this some more stability. Both of these, some more stability. So I pulled off a bunch of leaves down here. So now I'm going to bury these plants. I'm going to bury part of that stem right there, that trunk. That's what I'll do with ones like this. It took me literally all day long. I'm pretty excited about how everything turned out. My wife kind of wanted one of the boxes for her tomatoes, but I ran out of room, so that's not happening. She told me it's okay. Hopefully I don't regret this later. I'll go through and show you guys all the peppers I've got, kind of how they're looking right now, how they're handling the move. I started moving them very first thing this morning. So a lot of them have been sitting there for, 5, 6, 7 hours, something like that. So let's check it out. Okay, so the lighting is going to be a little bit funky because of where the sun's at. But let me show you what we've got. We have a peach fantasy. That one's looking like it's doing all right. Ahi pineapple. Trinidad perfume. Cape Carriding, that one's got some droopy leaves right now. Same with this one, both of the Cape Carridings. And then a couple of Ring of Fires. Got an Ahi Crystal, Sugar Rush Peach, Sugar Rush Red, and a Chocolate Habanero. This row right here is my Scotch Bonnet row. So this first one is a yellow Scotch Bonnet. This one's an orange Scotch Bonnet. Got a red one here, and I actually pulled a bunch of peppers off of this one earlier. This one's a brown Scotch Bonnet. It's got a little bit of drooping. Over here I got a little tiny Tiger Jalapeno and another Tiger Jalapeno. And then those two are my Mammoth Jalapenos. This one here came straight out of a kind of a hydroponic deal, so it's not very happy. Got a Bohemian Goat, another Bohemian Goat, And this is where we start getting a little bit spicier. So I got an MRM 7-Pop Brown Peachy, Chocolate Bubblegum 7. And here is all of the peppers that I actually pulled off the plants today. Some Scotch bonnets, some of those mammoth jalapenos. I think this is one of the sugar rushes, some sriracha type peppers. I think this one is a Black Panther. Got some Ring of Fire, all sorts of stuff. This is ahi something or another, I don't remember. But I didn't want to keep any of the peppers on there. I wanted to pull them all off and kind of let these plants grow a little bit. So 7-Pot Douglas, the top of it, I didn't top it, but that broke off. And this one isn't looking very happy at all. But there's a 7-Pot Douglas, a miserable looking one. 7-Pot Slimer, another 7-Pot Slimer right there. These are the peppers for the wife. When we were given them, they were called sriracha peppers, but I don't know what exactly they are. This one is Banda Mahala that I picked up from a friend, and I'm really excited about. That plant is awesome. Got a Death Spiral right there, Bleeding Borg 9, and this is that same Black Panther that I showed you guys earlier. That's a good plant. This is that Sepia Serpent that I showed you guys. Got a Skunk Chocolate, miserable looking Skunk Red, and another Skunk Red down there. These two are actually two that didn't take outside very well at all. I think it was all the rain we were getting. But that's an Orange Scorpion. I don't know if either of these two plants are gonna make it. And that's a Chocolate Moruga Brain. And then Mustard Moruga Brain Scorpion, and another one of those. There is a Purple Ghost Scorpion, and I love that plant. It's got an Apocalypse Scorpion there, Trinidad Moruga Scorpion, and a Butch Tea Scorpion down there. I've got a couple Ghostly Jalapenos. Got a Boot Jalokia right there. Got another Boot Jalokia. I think that's the one that I showed you guys earlier. Got a Chocolate Umarok, an Umarok Red, CPR, 7-Pot Primo, another 7-Pot Primo, and my Reaper. And then I never showed you guys this, but that's my orange tree. And this is my Kingstar Lemon Starburst. So that one actually transplanted pretty well. This looked like that when I first transplanted it. So I've got high hopes for these. I hope I'm right. We'll see. All right, so that's everything I got going on. I'm really hoping some of those droopy ones make a pretty good recovery. It's Memorial Day. Got my peppers in on Memorial Day. Like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys next time.